Mystery of Chinese rocket crash in dilemma. A situation quite similar to the one that occurred when the fragments of a Chinese cargo spacecraft burn up in the atmosphere is anticipated to take place throughout this coming weekend. Have you heard about this? So apparently, the fragments of the Long March rocket that were used to deliver a brand new science module to China's space station while it was still under construction are going to burn up in the atmosphere and fall to the ground in a location that the experts are unsure of as of this point. Well, the mystery of the Chinese rocket is also exciting to know, so without any further delay in this video, hey, we want to say welcome back to NexTech Ventures, and let the video begin. Concerns have been raised by industry professionals regarding the uncontrolled descent of the rocket booster that was used to propel the Wentian module in the direction of the Tiangong space station. China's track record in the past regarding the management of rockets that have plummeted towards Earth has not been particularly commendable. After the launch on Sunday, the complete main core stage of the rocket reached low orbit. The stage is 100 feet long and weighs 22 tons. It is anticipated that the stage will fall back toward Earth once the force of atmospheric friction causes it to move downward. It has been pointed out by specialists that this re-entry might take place during the weekend. An astronomer working for the Center of Astrophysics by the name of Jonathan McDowell predicted that the re-entry could take place on Saturday. However, he did not elaborate on where the second stage of the rocket will re-enter the atmosphere. It is anticipated that fragments of a huge Chinese rocket that was only recently launched would make their way back through the atmosphere. Should you be worried? Even while astronomers say that the chances of it surviving the passage through the atmosphere are low, it's still higher than the requirements that have been established. Independent analysts based in the United States told Reuters that the rocket is large enough that numerous chunks will likely survive a fiery re-entry to rain debris over an area that is approximately 2,000 kilometers long and about 70 kilometers wide. Although the body of the rocket is expected to disintegrate as it descends through the atmosphere, the rocket is large enough that numerous chunks will likely survive the fiery re-entry. The re-entry is estimated to take place on July 31st at 5:54 a.m., according to the Aerospace Corporation, which is a research organization that is supported by the government and operates as a nonprofit. There's a margin of error of 16 hours. It claimed in a tweet that it was still too early to assess a substantial debris footprint. An aerospace analyst named Ted Muehlhaupt told reporters in a news briefing that the potential danger to people and property on the ground is quite minimal, considering that 75% of the Earth's surface that could be in the path of debris is made up of either water, desert, or rainforest. There is, however, the possibility that fragments of the rocket will fall over a populated area. This occurred in May 2020 when fragments of another Chinese Long March 5B fell on the Ivory Coast, causing damage to several buildings in that West African nation, but there were no reports of injuries, according to Muehlhaupt. China is currently working on the construction of its very own space station. The spokesman for the Chinese Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Zhou Lijian, stated that there was very little likelihood of debris causing harm to aviation or people or property on the ground. He predicted that during the re-entry, the majority of the rocket's components will be destroyed. In the year 2021, Beijing was subject to a barrage of criticism for failing to properly arrange the deorbit of their Long March 5B rocket. The bulk of the rocket was now undergoing uncontrolled re-entry at the time. The rocket had a mass of more than 20,000 kilograms and was one of the longest pieces of debris that had ever landed on Earth. After the majority of it had burned up in the atmosphere, it found its way to the region of the Indian Ocean that is west of the Maldives archipelago. It is expected that a Chinese rocket will explode over India. The 23-ton, 50-meter-tall rocket known as the Long March 5B was launched on July 24th, and it was quickly discovered to be on its way toward an uncontrolled re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. According to the most recent information and forecast, the rocket is anticipated to start its uncontrolled re-entry between the 31st of July and the 1st of August. At this point, it's not possible, from a scientific point of view, to determine the precise location where the debris could land. According to astronomer Jonathan McDowell, who spoke to an older version of CNN about the topic, without an active control system and without a restartable engine to propel it back down to Earth, it merely tumbles along in orbit and finally burns up due to friction with the atmosphere. However, this is not the first time a Chinese rocket's fallen short of its target and crashed into a populous area. A Chinese rocket crashed into the Indian Ocean the year before, and in April of this year, a ring with a diameter of 2 to 3 meters was discovered in a town in Maharashtra, which is also likely to be from debris from a Chinese rocket. In the year 2019, a Long March 3B rocket disintegrated in a home in China after crashing into the country's property. On July 30th, China's Long March 5B rocket fell to Earth in the Indian Ocean after a failed space mission. This caused a great deal of anxiety among people. Officials in the space industry have confirmed that the 25-ton core stage of the Chinese Long March 5B rocket re-entered the atmosphere and then landed in the Indian Ocean. This last week, people all over the world were left wondering where the rocket would eventually come to rest. It was believed that the China space rocket would crash someplace in populous regions, resulting in injuries or even fatalities to those who were there at the time. However, the debris from the Chinese space rocket crash aroused worries about who should be responsible for cleaning up space garbage. The United States Space Command has confirmed on Twitter that debris from China's Long March 5B rocket has returned to Earth, and this is what the tweet says. It has been confirmed by #USSpaceCom that a Long March 5B CZ-5B spacecraft from the People's Republic of China, or PRC, re-entered Earth's atmosphere over the Indian Ocean on July 30th at around 10:45 a.m. Mountain Time. We would like to direct your attention to the PRC for any more information regarding the technical aspects of the re-entry, such as the potential debris spread and impact location. During this time, a video that was uploaded to the internet showed a Chinese rocket exploding over the city of Kuching in Malaysia. On the other hand, the administrator of NASA, Bill Nelson, posted a tweet in which he criticized China for failing to maintain standards regarding space junk. According to what he says, as their Long March 5B rocket fell back to Earth, the People's Republic of China did not share any specific trajectory information with the international community. He continued by saying all spacefaring nations should follow established best practices and do their part to share this type of information in advance to allow reliable predictions on potential debris impact risk. This is especially important for heavy lift vehicles like the Long March 5B, which carry a significant risk of loss of life and property, according to his statement. As far as Nelson's concerned, this is an essential part of making ethical use of space and ensuring the well-being of people down here on Earth. The debris found in the crash was from the Long March 5B rocket that had launched July 24th to deliver supplies to China's Tiangong space station, which is now under construction. In contrast to the core stages of most rockets, which are either directed to safe disposal shortly after launch or land gently for the sake of subsequent reuse, the Long March 5B successfully achieved orbit while simultaneously delivering its payload. It continued to climb as a massive, quickly moving piece of space debris until the gravitational force of the atmosphere brought it crashing down to Earth unexpectedly and uncontrollably. The Chinese government has stated there's a very small chance that the falling rocket will cause any damage, and they have been asserted that the United States and Western media have exaggerated the gravity of this situation to demonstrate how little control they have over China's actions. What do you think about that? That's it for today's video, folks. Please feel free to let us know what you think about it, and if you like the video, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel for more great videos like this. What do you think about China's attitude about this? And what do you think? Should they be blamed for the way that the rocket fell back into Earth? Do you think they could have done more to alert fellow members of the international space community? Let us know your thoughts and make sure you subscribe to our channel, and don't forget to press that bell icon on your way out the door so you're always notified of our latest videos. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.